দর্শক আবারও স্বাগত জানাচ্ছি ডেভেলপমেন্ট ওয়াচে আপনাদেরকে সাথে থাকার জন্য ধন্যবাদ। দর্শক বিরতির আগেও আমরা আলোচনা করছিলাম পূর্ব লন্ডনে ইংলিশ ডিফেন্স লিগের মার্চ নিয়ে কমিউনিটির ভাবনা। আমরা বিরতির আগে আপনার সাথে আলোচনা করছিলাম যে ইস্ট লন্ডনে যে একটি ঘটনা ঘটেছে, আইফি মেম্বাররা সেখানে প্রোটেক্ট করেছে, স্পেশালি লটস অফ ভলান্টিয়ার্স ওয়ার প্রেজেন্ট, ইউ আর লিডিং that time. So EDL is planning to march again on 22nd of October. So what do you think about it?
I think, you know, the EDL isn't going to stop. They will continue to do that. And our approach needs to be on various levels. On a wider level, on a strategic level, it's very important to understand, you know, how influential media is and how influential people in key positions are. So they have to make sure that, you know, you know, everyone's welcome to criticize and challenge things, but you know how you say things and what you say is very, very important. So, you know, to reduce the oxygen for the English Defence League, we have to have responsible media reporting. We have to have responsible journalism. This is very, very important, and obviously politicians need to be responsible for their comments. Second thing is, we've already established that Tower Hamlets is one Tower Hamlets. I think all of us in this room agree that the response from the community was one response. So I think if the EDL want to come again, that they would now know that Tower Hamlets is one. And I think, you know, the leadership that's shown by the mayor and everything else is undeniable. Third thing is, as you saw, the primary reason why Islamic Forum of Europe wanted to make sure that, you know, we did have some event, because we know our young people are not going to, you know, just sit at home and allow something to happen. They would want to come out and participate. And through this
don't you think to encourage the young people come to the street to protect the borough is making the chaotic situation?
No, absolutely not. What it did, as you saw on Saturday, is provide safety and security. As you saw, what it did is ensure that 0 people were arrested. As you saw, what it did is allow people to carry on with their shopping. You know, reassure people in different areas. You had over 800 young people.
Too many people on in the street, you know, the other people can't go out. The roads are closed.
No. The only road, and this is what you have to understand, the only road that was closed briefly was when the EDL turned up outside of the borough in the City of London, in Aldgate. That's the only time the road was closed. As soon as they left, the roads were open.
Thank
and
you
we
very
had
much.
a normal day.
I'll come to you because as the Home Secretary banned EDL only for 30 days, and they announced the date they are coming again. So don't you think that you need to be take more initiative to ban the march more than 1 month?
Well, this is up to the Home Secretary. But again, I think we learned a lot from this last event. I always say it was not an accidental that we had a peaceful day. There was massive efforts were put behind this, and Mayor and the community was forefront of this. আমরা অনেক কিছু এটা থেকে শিখছি। আজকে গত যে ইভেন্ট হয়েছে, ইভেন্ট থেকে অনেক কিছু আমরা শিখছি কিন্তু, এবং আমি মনে করি এটা কাজে লাগবে। এবং আমি এটা বলতে পারবো না যে 2 তারিখে অক্টোবরে তারা আসবে কি আসবে না, 22, কিন্তু আমরা যেটা শিখছি, আমরা গত ইয়েতে আমার মনে হয় যে পুলিশও বলছে যে আমার অনেক পজিটিভ এবং আবার অনেক কিছু উইকনেসও রয়েছে এবং পুলিশের সাইড থেকে, এবং এগুলা তারা কিন্তু এগ্রি করছে এবং তারা এটা ইনভেস্টিগেট করতেছে কিভাবে এটাকে আরও স্ট্রং করা যায়। কিন্তু আজাদ ভাই রাইটলি বলেছে যে আমাদের এই কমিউনিটি, একটা জিনিস আপনি কিন্তু বারবার বলতেছেন, দিস রোড, হোয়াইটচ্যাপেল রোড হ্যাড টু বি ক্লোজড এনিওয়ে। এটা কোনো অল্টারনেটিভ নেই, তার অলগেটে আসছে, এই রোড তো ক্লোজ করতে হবে, এটা মানুষ আসার জন্য না। কিন্তু লাকি যে এত মানুষ এখানে আসছে, কারণ তারা এটা ডেমনস্ট্রেশন, তারা যে মানুষের তাদের যে একটা রাইট আছে ইডিএল এর বিপক্ষে, এটা তারা দেখানো দরকার ছিল এবং তারা দেখিয়েছে। এবং আমাদের এজ এ কমিউনিটি লিডার আমাদের দায়িত্ব ছিল মানুষের সাথে সাথে এটা পিসফুলি ডেটা পাস করার জন্য, যেটা আমরা করেছি। একটা জিনিস আমি সিসিটিভিতে আমি দেখেছি এবং আই ওয়াজ সো প্লিজড যে ওই যে উনি বারবার বলতেছে যে there was a time তখন পুলিশ এবং ওই যে অ্যান্টি রেসিস্ট প্রোটেস্টটা প্রায় কাছাকাছি চলে গেছিল, কিন্তু এটা কিন্তু স্টপ করছে কিন্তু স্টুয়ার্টরা কিন্তু এটা স্টপ করছে। কিন্তু এখানে কিন্তু একটা হিট হয়ে যেত, একটা সিন ক্রিয়েট হয়ে যেত, কিন্তু এটা কিন্তু স্টপ করছে স্টুয়ার্টরা। এবং আমি পার্সোনালি আমি ফ্রম মাই বটম অফ মাই হার্ট আমি তাদেরকে থ্যাংক ইউ দেই, তারা যে কাজ করছে ওই দিন, এবং স্টুয়ার্টরা কিন্তু এই দিন কিন্তু এক্সেলেন্ট একটা লিডারশিপ প্রোভাইড করছে, এবং এটা আমার মনে অনেক দিন আমাদের মনে থাকবে।
ধন্যবাদ। আমি আসবো আপনাদের কাছে। আইল টেক ফিউ ফোন কলস ফ্রম দ্য ভিউয়ার্স। হ্যালো, কে আছেন লাইনে? আসসালামু আলাইকুম। দর্শক, আপনারা যখন টেলিফোনে কথা বলবেন আপনার টেলিভিশনের ভলিউম কমিয়ে আমাদের সাথে টেলিফোনে যোগ দেবেন। কে আছেন লাইনে? হ্যালো,
হ্যালো
হ্যালো, আপনি লাইভে কথা বলছেন, আপনার প্রশ্ন প্লিজ।
হ্যালো হ্যালো
হ্যাঁ, আপনার প্রশ্ন। দর্শক, টেলিভিশনের ভলিউম কমিয়ে আপনি আমাদের সাথে টেলিফোনে কথা বলেন। আসসালাম। হ্যালো,
জি হোকা,
আমি যাচ্ছি পরবর্তী কলে। হ্যালো, কে আছেন লাইনে?
হ্যালো
হ্যালো,
হ্যালো, good morning,
গুড মর্নিং।
can you hear me?
yes,
Hello, good morning, can you hear me?
yeah, I can hear you. Good morning. What is your question, brother?
Basically the question is aimed at the gentleman beside the lead Labour leader. The march was apparently banned for 30 days, aimed for everybody, all groups, whether it's EDL or the Muslims or fascists, whatever. But how comes that I saw witness myself the mayor with his party demonstrating and marching themselves within the local authority when all marches were all banned? So is that not part of discriminating, or are you just against EDL only and not everybody else?
Okay.
Or is it the mayor has his own rights and he can do whatever he wants as he pleases?
Thank you very much. We got your
Because
question.
he's the leader of it. Are we not supposed to follow him?
Thank you. Next call. Hello. Hello, কে আছেন লাইনে?
Hi, good evening. Thank you for taking my call. I just wanted to ask a question for Josh Peck, if that's possible.
Yeah, sure.
Right. I just wanted to ask Josh Peck if he agrees with the former Labour leader who wrote a dossier that was presented to the Central Labour Party that was calling for the proscribing of the Islamic Forum of Europe as an extremist organisation. First, I just want to ask him, does he believe that the Islamic Forum of Europe is an extremist organisation? And secondly, you know, is he aware of the current acting Borough Commander in commending the Islamic Forum of Europe for their actual stewarding on the day of the EDL march? But first question is, you know, does he believe that the Islamic Forum of Europe is an extremist organisation? And secondly, you know, with these allegations, does he agree with the former leader, Councillor Helal Abbas?
Thank you. Thank you. Can you please make it shorter? Can you please make it shorter, because a number of viewers are trying to reach us over the phone. So I'll go to Josh first to answer, and to you as well.
No, I mean, I think the IFE, like many organisations, does good work in the community. I've never called for the IFE to be banned. I've actually never seen Councillor Abbas calling for that either. So no, I think the IFE is an organisation like many others that does good work in the community, and you know, I have seen no evidence that it's extremist
One
at
that
all.
you'd work with?
I've been to your events. I've been to stuff, you know.
There you go. So you heard it live. I think one thing is very important that was mentioned is this confusion about marching. Who's allowed to march and who's not allowed to march.
Deputy Mayor will
I know he will, but I wanted to say something about this first, which is one of the things the caller said is, are you just against the EDL? The answer is, we're just against people who espouse hatred. We're against criminals. We're against people who want to divide our community. So we will work in imaginative way with all different people to stop people from dividing us.
Yeah.
Thank you.
That's very, very
What
important.
is your comment?
Thank you. Thank you. I think the gentleman was calling from Norway, probably because he was saying good morning. So I'm not sure where he. Oh,
He's after 12. He's quite right.
I think Mayor, myself, and cabinet members and other councillor, as I said it many times, that we worked very closely with the community to maintain the peace. And this was a occasion when so many people were marching, so many people were going towards Myland. And on the other side there was a police barricade, and we tried to stop people. We tried to stop people to fight with each other.
When police were present, do you think mayor and the other councillor and committee people need to be present there too?
Of course. Sometimes, I just gave an example in Wentworth State, there was nearly a hit between two groups. If we did not have the steward and the community leaders, you would have a situation where there would be a clash and there would be some kinds of injured and there would be arrest.
I think what the questioner was referring to was this situation right at the end, when we were walking back with people, from the Aldgate side. We walked back to the spot where the rally took place, where the demonstration. So we walked back together, and it looked like a march. So, I mean, obviously the police told us not to cross a certain point. They said, if you cross this point, then it will be a march, right? And we stopped at that point, which is the junction of Valence Road. So we had the permission of moving about from Valence Road to Aldgate East.
So it was not a march.
Exactly, and some people wanted to cross this boundary, and we stopped that. Mayor, myself, the Lower Bai community leaders, we stopped that. And if this was not the right thing, then I don't know what would be the right thing to do in this sort of situation.
But it's important to understand that all of this is happening with cooperation with the police. Nothing is going on untoward here. It's not one, I mean, there was a disingenuous kind of slant to the question, which was that one rule for some people, another rule for another. It's not. Freedom of speech. We welcome freedom of speech. If people don't agree with something, they have absolute right to challenge it. But it's about hatred. This is very, very important. We mustn't ever move away from what the real issue is. There are many, many people who do not like Islam. There's many, many people who do not like religion. There's many, many people who do not like, Labour Party or the Conservative Party, and they are all making their comments. But none of them are espousing hatred on those particular people. And it's that we're against, and we mustn't allow ourselves to be fooled or tricked into thinking that here's a genuine argument here. There is no genuine argument. Like we wouldn't accept anti-Semitism, we shouldn't accept this.
And importantly, it's not just about hatred, but it's about violence. And where I would disagree with several of the other speakers is I won't have anything to do with the EDL. I won't sit down with the EDL and discuss with them, because the EDL are not just about protest and Islamophobia, they're about violence. And until they renounce violence and say that they're not going to do that anymore, then there is no place for them at a democratic table. And I think when we talk about the responses to this, I think there are three things that we need to do. One, we need to think about how we respond to these marches in the future, because it might be that we ask for bans and we ask for bans to continue going. And I think that is something that we need to think about seriously as a community. I think we also need to think about static demonstrations, because you can ban a march if it's going to be violent, if it's going to threaten people and safety. You can't ban a static demonstration. That seems strange to me. I think we definitely need to redouble our efforts around community cohesion, because what the EDL want to do is they want to divide our community, and we know that whilst there isn't that kind of hatred in our community, there's lots of difference, and people do find it different.
There is suspicion, there is
so this kind of discussion is what we need to do more in our community. And I think the third thing we need to do, and this I think is where we probably disagree, is when there are those future demonstrations, I would want us to see to have a much lower profile on the day, because the EDL are here because they want theatre. They want everyone to look at them. They want everyone to have a big confrontation. They want to be on TV with with all the cameras there. Actually, I think the best thing we could do is just ignore them on the day. I don't think we ignore them. I don't think we ignore them the rest of the time. Don't get me wrong. We challenge them the rest of the time. But on the day, let's turn our backs and let them do what they want to do, and we get on with it.
It's possible to do that in a different borough. The problem is in Tower Hamlets we have a lot of young people, the highest youth population. So we have to appreciate that young people, they will not stay indoors. So what it is,
we engage our young people.
Absolutely. We do. Whilst I agree with the sentiment that you ignore racists, you ignore these people, and you challenge them in an appropriate way. I think for Tower Hamlets,
if you do not to face them.
No, not face them. What I'm saying is, young people are going to come out, whether you tell them not to or not. What I'm saying is, we have to engage them in positive work.
So the
idea, if you let me finish.
Don't you think to invite people to come out to create the violence or
No. What you're doing is, first of all, to engage people in stewarding, in protecting, so that no one gets arrested. That's a positive work which they would like to do. But that's not the only thing. All the youth clubs in the borough were open on that day.
On the day, yeah.
Did you know that? There were football tournaments organised specifically, like the Usmani Trust organised a football tournament.
The interesting thing was hardly anyone went to the youth clubs. All the youths, today there was a report from the head of youth service saying none of them went to the youth club.
They were all on the street.
Very close to our end.
If you have a demonstration, if you say to young people, come and demonstrate, they're not going to go to youth clubs. So that's my issue. You want to say to young people, get to the youth clubs, not out on the street.
Let me make this last point. Okay, next time we'll not organize a demonstration. We'll not ask anybody to come out. Let's see whether the youth come out or not.
Of course they're going to come out. That's not what I'm saying.
I have to stop here.
If they come out,
I have to stop here, and I'll give you opportunity. Last comment.
Yeah, I agree with everyone that there should be a ban on march. There should be, and I also agree with George that. And this is my view also all the way that we should. Home Secretary should ban static demonstration as well. If we can ban static demonstration, then
for that you have to change the legislation.
Yeah, exactly. And this is one of the things probably we as a coalition we need to work on. We need to work on. But I disagree with Josh strongly because townless is a different kind of. It's not Luton. It's not Hertfordshire. It's not. This is not what do you call Hackney or Wandsworth. Townless is a different kind of borough.
Highly populated area.
Highly populated and highly youth population. Young
Very
population within this borough. এই জায়গাত আমরা মানে সব জায়গা সব জিনিস সব ওষুধ চলে না। এখানে আমাদের এখানে অফ কোর্স যদি তারা আমরা জানি আমরা বাইরে আসবে। আমরা এখানে লিডারশিপ আমরা কিন্তু আমরা শুধু স্টেটমেন্ট দিয়ে ঘরে বসে থাকলাম আর লাস্ট মুহূর্তে গিয়ে একটা ইন্টারভিউ দিয়ে দিলাম।
I have to say one thing. Can I thank all the young volunteers that came because it's very very important. I do. From not just from Islam from Europe but from all the
thank you very much thank you very much
similarly can I thank all the these viewers as well as our mayor cabinets and the community leaders and all the organizations who worked really hard on that day and I want to thank them from my bottom of my heart.
You?
I'll thank everyone. I won't thank the mayor. Ohid's thanked the mayor about 20 times so far. But I won't
thank you very much.
Yeah, I'll thank everyone else.
Well, you don't want to thank this. Still, you don't want to thank him. You can thank him if you want to.
I'll thank him amongst everyone else. I think he like many.
দর্শক আপনাদেরকে অসংখ্য ধন্যবাদ আপনারা যারা আমাদের এই অনুষ্ঠান দেখেছেন আমাদের অনুষ্ঠান আজকের মতো এখানেই শেষ করছি ভালো থাকুন দেখা হবে পরবর্তী ডেভেলপমেন্ট ওয়াচে আপনাদের সাথে